It's week 9 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's sure-handed tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. The action is only moments away on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for visiting Anchorage, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 63 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Saunders. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing, and now the ball's out, fumbled in midfield. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Saunders. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Green eluding. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Operating from the gun, Green being chased out left. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive.
Now a handoff to start it out to Turbin. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And they rattle off a big one. 47 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Saunders. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there. 62 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Green. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Green. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
To hold him to a three-point kick, now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Looking to throw. Green rolling to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
3 tight ends up front here. Third and goal. Johnson is in for a touchdown. Football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Wide open receiver complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 39 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon me?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And able to get this out to the 25. This offense back to work now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
The ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Green. Complete. It's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
3rd down and 1.
Looking to throw.
Green.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun. Green. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Encroachment defense.
So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take them.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And he whips that one incomplete there. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. The Falcons are going to need to put together one heck of a run in the second half, but the win does move them to 3-6 on the year. From there, we head up to our nation's capital to check in on the Commanders at home in Landover. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. The Commanders have made it official. They are Super Bowl contenders as they finish the first half with a sterling 7-1 record. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Green. He'll find his man in the comeback route, complete. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They try the left side with Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. That is caught, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Green. He finds his man. Complete. It's Nash. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Green. He's got his target. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Up the middle, Johnson. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Got a man. It's McBride, complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A slot man in motion right. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Green. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. He's already made his presence felt in this one with his previous touchdown grab, and that's been the story of his season thus far as you take a look at the NFL's current leaders in touchdown receptions.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Saunders. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. It's certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run it now with Turbin. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And quickly they get to the line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here comes 2nd down.
He'll look to throw.
He's got McBride.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 15. A little over 80 ticks to go. The turnover does give them life, but they still need 2 scores. Now Green, throwing after the interception.
That's pulled in by Wilson.
And all the way down to the 26. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is.
And here's Green, operating from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Escaping under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 8. And fights him off. Flushed out right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
3rd down and goal coming up here.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So it's our visitors that come away with a victory here, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So for Anchorage,
the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.